It's your time to shine. With Pantene Pro V Hairspray, the healthy spray with all-day hold. I used to think hairspray made my hair dull. Pro V gives you the hold you need, plus the healthy shine you love. The exclusive Pro Vitamin formula penetrates, actually improving your hair, your hold, your shine. Pantene Pro V Hairspray from the complete Pro V styling collection for hair so healthy, it shines. Get a hold on it.
You've probably noticed all of the commercials about yeast infection treatments. Here's something different, Femstat 3. It's the only 3-day treatment that comes in the comfortable cream form most women prefer. There is no better cure without a prescription.
Game Show Network presents Game TV, where games are the star. Nancy Sullivan.
Look, I'm back here on the set.
And Dave Nemeth
We'll put 30 seconds on the clock.
guide you through the ins
It's Game Show Network.
and outtakes
Sounds like fun.
of any game, anywhere. Play along with Game TV every day live at noon, only on Game Show Network.
It's time to register to play our live interactive game shows. Call 800-537-GAME now. It's fast, it's fun, and it's free. You only need to register once to play forever on Game Show Network.
You're watching Game Show Network.
We hope you have enjoyed these special episodes of Family Feud. To tell the truth, What's My Line, and I've Got a Secret during Game Show Network's Spring Break.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Hi there. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you. Good heavens, are you sure you came to see the right show? Such applause. Thank you very much, and welcome to Tell the Truth. Our first guest today was recently involved in some pretty nutty carryings-on with one member of our panel, and I do not think that panelist realized it at the time. We'll find out more about these shenanigans right after we meet all four of the panelists right here on To Tell the Truth.
Bill Cullen. Peggy Cash. Orson Bean. And Kitty Carlisle.
Good heavens, the vitamin content seems high today. Everybody ready for fun and games?
Yes.
Hoopla and hilarity? Well, first of all eyes right on the monitor for starters. We're about to show you a quick film of one of you. Now, this is a picture that was taken as part of a sort of a practical joke that we played on one of you, and I'm sure the interested party will recognize the situation as soon as he or she sees the film.
I won't. I can't.
So, Paul Alder, let's put the film on the monitor right now.
What is it? My God.
From that lengthy sequence, Peggy, can you reconstruct what was happening when and where?
Listen, I tell you something. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't even see that far, but that looks like a chimpanzee to me, unless it was close range. Wasn't it a chimpanzee?
Oh, have you got a big apology coming up?
Oh, my God, it wasn't a chimpanzee.
If our first guest turns out not to be a chimpanzee, you're in bad trouble.
It was a chimpanzee, wasn't it?
chimpanzee.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see a chimpanzee.
No.
And it's only Monday, Peggy.
Stick with that.
There you go. Stick with the story. Let's find out about... well, all right. The affidavit will tell you. Let's meet a young man who serenaded Peggy with a singing telegram.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Joey Dioria.
Number two.
My name is Joey Dioria.
Number three.
My name is Joey Dioria.
You want to apologize now or later?
I certainly am sorry. Oh, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Here is Joey Dioria's tricky tale as follows. I, Joey Dioria, recently played a practical joke on Peggy Cass. Posing as a singing telegram operator, I sang her a 21-word welcome home serenade. Originally, the producers of this show sent me out to meet Peggy at the airport upon her return from a Portugal vacation. In disguise and posing as an autograph hound, I would take her picture, give her candy, and so forth. Then I would come on the show as the fellow who met Peggy Cass at the airport. Alas, the plot failed. Peggy's flight was rerouted, and I waited 4 hours at the airport in vain. So another plan was hatched. This time I would catch up with her backstage on Broadway when she returned to her starring role in Plaza Suite. I would sing her a welcome back telegram, allegedly sent by her good friend Maureen Stapleton. This plan was a whopping success. Although Peggy was startled, I sang her the message and gave her a box of candy. Later, you will see filmed proof of this historic confrontation. So here I am, folks, the fellow who sang to Peggy Cass. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, there's no sinking this dory out. Signed, Joey Doria. We'll try to nail down the facts on this case right after we hammer out a commercial or two.
If you've ever struggled with a handheld trimmer, you'll love this revolutionary new kind of trimmer on wheels. Just look how easy it rolls on those two big wheels and glides in any direction on this front-mounted mobile. It's perfect for trimming around rocks, along fences, buildings, sidewalks, and in all those hard-to-reach corners. The new DR is also a mower. It cuts tall grass, waist-high weeds, even wet grass and rough areas with never-before ease. There's no steel blade to bend or dull. You'll just love what the DR Trimmer Mower can do for you and your property.
Call toll-free 1-800-915-2020 for your big free package all about the revolutionary DR Trimmer on Wheels plus special savings now in effect. That's 1-800-915-2020 for free DR details.
I've said goodbye to bath bars. I don't even bother with body lotion. Now all I use is this. It's this 2-in-1 moisturizing body wash from Oil of Olay. Little dab on the puff, jump in the shower, suddenly there's this wonderful moisturizing lather.
Much better at moisturizing than the leading bath bar. And the Olay moisturizers are actually absorbed by my skin. My skin feels so much softer and younger.
Oil of Olay 2-in-1 moisturizing body wash. For moisturized skin, the leading beauty bar doesn't touch.
Body lotion?
I don't even think about it.
Brittle nails that break and won't grow? Get Nutrinail. Short brittle nails grow in just 5 to 7 days. Nutrinail. Short brittle nails grow. Guaranteed.
Gorgeous spiral curls are easy to perm at home with the ProPerm Spiral Curl Kit. It has it all, even spiral rods. ProPerm, beautiful spiral curls at home, guaranteed.
Now do away with razors, cuts, and stubble. The Hair Off Mitten with its special Silcoat surface that massages away hair fast and easy. The Hair Off Mitten, amazing.
The #1 ranked balanced fund over the past 15 years is CGM Mutual Fund, returning more than 911% over the past 15 years. Though the fund invests in both stocks and bonds, CGM Mutual Fund also outperformed the Lipper Growth Fund Index and Lipper Balanced Fund Index for that period. The fund has been managed continuously since 1981 by Ken Hebner. For a prospectus, call 1-800-CGM-INFO. CGM Mutual Fund, America's #1 balanced fund for 15-year performance.
The Gain Ultra 2 Show and Smell Challenge comes to New Orleans. Hi, I'm the Gain Man. What's your name?
Hi, Ann Rieger.
Now, Ann, you've tried new Gain Ultra 2, huh?
I have.
Tell me about it.
I love it.
Well, do you have any clean laundry you can bring to the door and I can smell how clean it is right now?
I do.
Great. Could you fetch that for us?
Sure will.
So what do we have here?
This is my 11-year-old sock. He and his sister love to come out here and play.
Let's see if it smells as good as it looks. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Smell it.
Oh, yeah. That's not just plain clean. That's Gain. Thank you for making me smell the toe of the sock.
Now, keep it in mind that each of these three young pranksters claims to be Joey Doria, who startled Peggy with a spontaneous serenade. And who else should we start the questioning with? Peggy Cass?
Well, the reason when I saw that thing in the monitor, I'm very nearsighted, I couldn't really see. I just saw the little striped shirt. I thought it was a chimpanzee. The one I thought was a chimpanzee was me, because they always wear striped shirts. Well, I didn't mean you, buddy. Thought it was me. Okay, #3, what did you wear?
A top hat and tuxedo.
Thank you. And #1, did you scare me?
Very much so. You kept on backing away from me.
I'll say, you look like a nut. And #2, What kind of candy did you give me?
I gave you solid chocolates.
Thank you. And number 3, was Maureen in on this?
No, she wasn't.
Oh, she wasn't in on it all. And then she didn't really send me a telegram, that rat. I'll call her. Okay. Number 2, do you do this often?
No, this was the very first time.
Okay. And number 1, where did you take the pictures of me?
I did. My friend, the photographer, took them. He was on the staircase. And you came upstairs.
Okay, thank you, Peggy. That takes us to Orson.
Number 1, you're a cute-looking fella. Did she invite you into her dressing room?
No, unfortunately not.
Just curious.
He didn't look so good in that top hat.
Number 3, now what happened with the chocolates? Did she open the box and devour them as in one fell swoop, or?
No, she just held them.
She just held them. Number 2, now, did you keep a straight face, or were you breaking up during this?
No, I was breaking up, and I was just singing madly. And the first thing that she said, did Orson Bean send it?
That's funny. Did you say that?
I guess so.
Number 3, now, were you nervous at all, realizing that this could be your great moment? There might have been a talent scout from a wax museum or something there.
Yeah, just about. I was also afraid that there may be a policeman about to apprehend me.
Oh, yes?
Thank you, Orson. We're going to go down to Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, what do you do when you're not playing practical jokes on Peggy?
Well, I'm trying to get into show business, and I thought this was the best way to do it, to break in any way I possibly can.
Number 3, who contacted you at Goodson Todman?
Mimi O'Brien.
Are you a friend of hers?
I guess so. We've had some very nice talks on this.
And number 1, Peggy's a very witty lady. What did she say to you?
Not much.
Number 1.
When I was delivering the telegram, well, she couldn't believe it. She said, "Who sent you? Who sent you? Who had something to do with this?" And she kept on backing away.
I see.
I was frightened.
Number 2, who decided you should wear a top hat and tail?
Well, it was my idea. The clothes were my grandfather's.
And you fit into them?
Well, he was a very short man, and he used to be a magician in vaudeville, so that's why I had to.
That takes us to Bill Cullen.
Your grandfather put those clothes on one day and disappeared. Is that right?
Right.
Number 2? Now, we know that Mimi O'Brien, number 2, we know that Mimi O'Brien contacted you, but how did she know about you?
First, I think we should establish that Mimi O'Brien is one of the associate producers on our show, so folks will know who we're talking about.
Yes.
Well, I had made some films and cartoons, and I had brought them up to Goodson Todman to see whether they could use them, and they said, "No, thank you." But then I was called up for this prank.
Number 1, before they gave you this job, did they audition you? Did you have to sing the birthday song? They usually do that around Goodson Todman. They audition salesmen.
No audition, just sang it.
Now, number 3, this is a very important question. Now, you came all the way down there. You gave her the box of chocolates. You sang this song. How much of a tip did Peggy give you?
She didn't give me one red.
I knew it. I thought about it later.
Disgraceful.
But I thought about it later, but I was... You never saw anything like this nut in action.
First you stiff him, then you call him a chimpanzee.
This fellow's not going to be too crazy about you, Peggy. Let's see which one we think it is. We're going to have to vote. We're going to vote for number 1, or for number 2, or for number 3. We pay $50 every time we get a wrong vote. We pay $500 in the unlikely event that all the votes are wrong. And Peggy, you got to start.
Well, you really can't tell from the way they look because the kid had on a false nose. He looked like an insane Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. But I voted for number 2. I don't know why. He just seemed to have a lot of chutzpah there. He never stopped it. He never stopped. He was unbelievable.
Kept right on going?
Right.
All right, there's 1 for 2. And Orson?
I voted for number 1. It could be any of them, but number 1 looks like he wants to break into show business to me.
And let's go to Kitty.
Well, I voted for number 2's grandfather.
Oh, it's 1 for 1 and 2 for 2. And what does Bill Cullen say?
Well, like Orson said, number 1 looks like he wants to break into show business. To me, number 2 looks like he wants to break into show business, and for that reason, I voted for him. And I'll take care of the tip.
All right, and so the solemn moment has come. The votes are all in. Will the real Joey Doria please stand up? A great start on the week. We got them all wrong. $500 went down the drain. Nice going, guys. Have a seat, Joey. let's find out about number one. Number one, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Bruce Roberts. I'm a singer and a composer and a student at the Manhattan School of Music.
Hey there. And number two with 3 wrong votes. What is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is David Crane. I'm a singer and pianist and composer, and I go to Juilliard and Hunter College.
There are no straight kids left in the world anymore, huh? Peggy, you do recall this incident with
Recall it? I'll never get over it. You know what stuff he was just doing then? That's what he did. Well, first of all, I saw him hanging around the fire hydrant, and I thought, oh, there's another one loose. But I didn't know he was going to be.
Well, as a matter of fact, you weren't far from wrong. As you remember, when Joey sang you the telegram, alongside of him was a man, and he had a battery of lights, and he had an 8mm movie camera, and he filmed all the proceedings right there at the stage door of the Plymouth Theater. Now, the enterprising cinematographer's name was Clifford Johnson, I believe. And now, Peggy, the moment of truth is in hand.
I didn't have any makeup or anything that night. I think
your hair's in curlers, and you're...
I know it.
Look at here. Well, it's a rotten
thing.
picture. You can't tell which one's a chimpanzee and which one's you. So with Joey acting as narrator and singer, let's take a look at the film. And remember, the scene is right outside the stage door of the Plymouth Theater. The first shot we see is Peggy looking frightened. And Joey, you take over from here.
Well, there I am singing the telegram, and it went, welcome home, dear Peggy, welcome home from me. Welcome back to the show. Call me again if you go. Love, Maureen. I then handed her a daisy over there, which she backed away. In fact, she kept backing away. And she kept asking me who sent me and why I had a photographer. And I just kept talking right on as fast as I possibly could. And I then tipped my hat, bowed most graciously as she was about to call the police. And it was then my friend Clifford and I, under a cloak of darkness, stole off into the night.
It's a marvelous piece of film. Peggy looks very rattled.
You guys will stop at nothing.
Isn't that, you're lucky you didn't get hauled off to the Yah-Yah house, you know that. Anyhow, thank you, Joey. Very much good luck to you, as well as to your imposters here on To Tell the Truth. That reminds you when you were a kid, you do anything to get backstage? Yeah. Sure. Our next guest is a small-town mayor who is very big in the church. We'll meet this well-rounded person as To Tell the Truth carries on.
Are you brushing twice a day? You could be ruining your hair. It's true. The simple act of brushing can break your hair. The solution? Pantene Pro V shampoo and treatment conditioners to keep your hair naturally strong so it breaks less. Pantene Pro V for hair so healthy it shines.
Do you think the only way you can French braid your hair is with tired arms and 6 hands? Not anymore. Presenting Braidini, the innovative self-braiding tool by Hairdini that lets you French braid your very own hair even if you've never braided before in just 2 easy steps. Simply place hair from one side of your head in the first loop and slide hair from the other side of your head behind it. Just loop and slide. Braidini does the rest, magically creating a true French braid in minutes. With 2 easy steps, you'll make dozens of different braids, including the beautiful wedding ring, or our most popular fishtail and fantail braid. With Braidini, you'll do these by yourself in just minutes, guaranteed, or your money back. Loose and elegant, or tight, sporty braids. You decide. Braidini works on every hair type, even layered hair. Look again at how easy it is. Just loop hair in from one side and slide hair from the other side behind it. 2 easy steps. Loop and slide. Call now to get the patented Braidini styling tool, and you'll receive our step-by-step Braidini instruction manual featuring 2 detailed training sections, including one for first-time braiders. You just follow along. But wait, that's not all. Order now and you'll also receive our sports braider, absolutely free for the tightest, most secure braids ever imagined. Hair is held so securely at each loop that it works for any activity. Running, aerobics, even swimming. Braidini by Hairdini, the easiest, most complete braiding system on the market. Finally, anyone can French braid hair. Moms, sisters, even dads. And you get a double guarantee. First, you'll be braiding hair in minutes even if you've never braided hair before. Second, we guarantee you'll finally be able to French braid your own hair or your money back. Say goodbye to messy braids forever. Get the original Braidini, and you'll receive our sports braider absolutely free. Don't wait. Order now.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-578-1919.
or send $14.95 plus $3.95 shipping and handling to Bradini, 660 Preston Forest, number 374, Dallas, Texas, or call 1-800-578-1919.
Now let's meet our mayor with strong religious ties.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Sister Lucy.
Number two.
My name is Sister Lucy.
Number three.
My name is Sister Lucy.
Okay, here is Sister Lucy's story. Pay close heed. I, Sister Lucy, am the first Catholic nun ever to be elected to the office of mayor. Frankly, I hope it starts a trend. It is my feeling that priests and nuns alike should be permitted to serve in similar capacities if they and the voters so desire. Being mayor of a town is not my full-time job, however. I am also dean of students at a Catholic-affiliated college, and because of the close association between my college and my town, I am in a unique position to be particularly responsive to both groups. Now that I am mayor, my college students approach me a bit differently, albeit still quite informally. Today they greet me by asking, "How you doing, Mayor?" Before I took office, it was simply, "Good morning, Groovy." Signed, Sister Lucy. And let's start with Sister Kitty Caroline.
Oh, I'm delighted. Unlike Orson, who believes that a woman's place is in the stove, I'm delighted to see, yes, more women running for public office. So whoever you are, thank you. Number one, do you find that the relationship between public office and the students helps you, for instance, if there were disorders? Would you call the police, or would you be able to discuss it with the students ahead of time?
I would discuss it with the students first.
And then?
And then, if it were necessary, to call in the police.
Number two, what party did you run on?
I ran on a conventional party.
What was
well,
that?
It wasn't really that so much. You see, I had to belong to the city council first.
Number two, where do you, where is your town?
Robertsville, Ohio.
And number three, how many people do you have in the town?
400.
Oh, that's nice.
Smallish. Bill?
400 people. Number three, is there any salary connected with this job you have?
No, there is not.
Number two, Kitty asked something very interesting about if there was a disturbance at the school, would you call the police? Now, how about as mayor, would you call the police? I think Kitty meant would you call as dean of students. Well, as mayor, would you be prone to call in police if necessary?
No, I would not. I would try to handle everything with the students.
Number one, now that the 18-year-olds have the vote, just practically, what in your opinion, is that going to help things in this country?
I think most 18-year-olds that I know are very responsible people, and they would vote responsibly.
Thank you, Bill, and that takes us to Peggy.
Well, to get back to the police question, number one, say you were to call in the police in Robertsville, how many would show up?
Well, it's a very small town. They would probably call in approximately 3 or 4, or perhaps the neighboring towns, which are cities, which are much larger.
Number one, how many students are there in the college?
Approximately 1,300.
Well, 4 cops against 1,300. Well, I don't know. Number three, I'm absolutely stunned to see when you're a nun, they used to call you Groovy?
Yes.
What order do you belong to?
Benedictine?
No kidding. I would have gotten clapped on the head if I'd called some Sister Groovy. Number two, do you feel that being a nun and also the mayor is, do you believe in a separation of church and state?
No, I do not. Not today.
You don't believe?
Thank you, Peggy, and Orson.
That's interesting. Number one, you comment on that. Does that get in? Do any people worry about that? The separation of church and state thing?
I think today people are finding that there is a very close correlation between the service that the state offers and that the church offers. I think we're being very ecumenical minded.
They're both trying to save us, if that's what you mean. Yeah? Number three, how far is the college from the town?
Oh, about 10 miles.
And you got 1,300 collegies versus 400 townies?
That's right.
Wow, that's a big deal. What about the traditional, there's usually a traditional enmity between the townies and the colleges, isn't there, number three?
Yes.
Yes, and town and gown it's called. Number two, did being the dean in the college work against you in getting elected? First of all, did you have any opposition?
No. Strangely enough, as I mentioned before, there was the city council, and the other 4 people were men, and I certainly never thought I'd be...
I'm not suggesting you would do anything like this, but is there an opportunity for a little graft in there, a thing like
Never,
this?
never.
I know. I realize it was a terrible...
Oh, a town of 400, you can't get too much. Let's put down something on our ballots, and let's put down something like a number 1, or a number 2, or a number 3. And remember, it costs us $50 for each wrong vote, $500 in case all the votes are wrong, as they were last time. And Kitty, this is your try.
I think they're all marvelous. I voted for number 1 because I think she has a very good grasp of the situation, and I think she makes a good mayor and a good dean.
All right, it's 1 for 1, and Bill Cullen's up.
That's funny. I voted for number 1 because she looks like a groovy sister. And the kind of sister we would call groovy.
So, we're going 2 for 1, and Peggy?
I voted for number 1, although her answer about church and state, the Constitution says there should be a difference, I thought. But anyway, I voted for number 1 because I went to Catholic school, and she seems the most nunny to me.
Nunny. All right, there's 3 for 1. And Orson?
I think any of these girls could be sisters, but I think number 1 looks like a politician.
Well, there you go. We're way out on a limb. It cost us $500 the last time. Let's find out about this with the real Sister Lucy. Please, stand up.
I'll be all.
You zeroed right in. Thank you, Sister Lucy. We'll be back to you in a half a second. Number 2, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Patricia King, and I'm Assistant Director of Public Relations for the architectural firm of Eggers and Higgins.
And now hear this. Number 3, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Bernice Guerra. I'm the first certified lady umpire.
Sister Lucy, let's first straighten out what is your school and what is the city in which you function as mayor.
The name of the college of which I am the present dean of students is St. Leo College in St. Leo, Florida, which is located approximately 30 miles from Tampa.
And numerically, what is the relationship between the school and the town? How many students and how many townspeople?
There are approximately 300 townspeople. It's a very large citrus area, and approximately 1,300 students.
Boy, they are outvoted, aren't they? Yeah. Sister Lucy, thank you very much, and thank you, imposters, as well, for being here with us on To Tell the Truth.
They're coming, whoever you are. Whatever length your hair, split ends are coming. Why cut them off when you can help head them off with Pantene Pro V Treatment Conditioner, the first ever root-penetrating pro vitamin formula to help restore the most damaged areas of your hair, reinforcing it daily, helping stop split ends before they start. Pantene Pro V Treatment Conditioners, for hair so healthy it shines. The reinforcements are here.
You know, we get 120,000 phone calls a month.
More and more, homeowners want one loan that does it all.
A lot of them are homeowners with less than perfect credit trying to refinance their homes.
They want to refinance their first mortgage and pay off their high-rate credit cards and auto loans. That's why the Money Store introduced the Combo Loan. With just one loan, you can refinance your mortgage, pay off your high-rate bills, and usually get some extra cash. The Combo Loan at the Money Store. Call 1-800-LOAN-YES.
All across America, women create curls that hold with a very special shampoo, Wash and Curl. Its special curl strengtheners really work. Wash and Curl, the curling shampoo.
The smart way to lose weight. Control your appetite and get the calcium your bones need. Only Permethine does it. Appetite control plus calcium in one little caplet.
Brittle nails that break and won't grow? Get Nutrinail. Short brittle nails grow in just 5 to 7 days. Nutrinail. Short brittle nails grow. Guaranteed.
Excited, disappointed, panicked, confused, ecstatic. Experience all these emotions by watching Jeopardy on Game Show Network.
Orson, talking about St. Leo, her town being only 300 people in it. What was the line you used to do about the small town in Maine you visited?
It was on the seacoast, and this town was so dull. First of all, it was so small, it had one yellow page. It was so conservative that when the college kids there take LSD, they see the Lawrence Welk show. This town was on the seacoast, and this town was so dull that one day the tide went out and never came back.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow, friends, come this same time. The tide never came back in.
Promotional consideration provided by American Airlines. Traveling on business or traveling for fun, it's good to know you're on American Airlines. This is Johnny Olson speaking for To Tell the Truth, the Mark Goodson, Bill Swanson production.
You're watching Game Show Network. We hope you have enjoyed these special episodes of Family Feud. To tell the truth, What's My Line, and I've Got a Secret during Game Show Network's Spring Break.
Ladies and gentlemen, from New York City, Joe Garagiola.
Thank you, Bill Wendell. And welcome to Tell the Truth. And, of course, I'm still substituting for Gary Moore. This is the longest I've ever been in one game in my career. I'm substituting, I'm pinching. I love to say that. Now, our first guest today is a Lutheran minister. But at times, he's also a clown, complete with costume and makeup. And it's where and when he does his clowning that makes this the provocative story that it is. You'll meet him, you'll meet everybody, but first let's meet our panel. Here they come.
Nipsey Russell. Kitty Carlisle. Bill Cullen. And Peggy Cass.
Well, you know, as I said before, I'm pinch hitting for Gary Moore, and some people have been nice enough to say that I'm doing a pretty good job. And if you do a good job, it's because a lot of people deserve a lot of credit, especially three people, and I certainly want to recognize them. No, not them, the hairdresser, the makeup man. No, I'm only kidding. These three people are just great. Kitty Carlisle, Bill Cullen, and Peggy Cass.
I think it's about
super.
About time somebody recognizes, right?
Absolutely. And I know I'm going to have a great day today because my old friend Nipsey Russell is here.
How about that?
How are you?
Fine and dandy.
You always feel better when you're around Nipsey Russell. I'll tell you
right.
That. Yeah.
In the early spring, the birdies sing, the flowers are on the ground, and a young man's fancy turns to what women been thinking about all year round.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
Well, that sets us off, and we get started right now. We're going to meet our minister clown.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Floyd Schaefer.
Number two.
My name is Floyd Schaefer.
Number three.
My name is Floyd Schaefer.
Okay, panel, it's up to you to identify the real Floyd Schaefer, and here is his ministerial message. I, Floyd Schaefer, am a Lutheran minister. I firmly believe that a healthy church is one that has a place for laughter. A religious service is often too solemn, too drab, and too joyless and meaningless. Consequently, I have initiated a most unusual practice. I actually conduct the service in the makeup and costume of a clown. I want to emphasize that it is in no way my intention to be irreverent or silly, but rather joyful. And let's not forget that one of the tasks of a clown is to remind us of our own humanity. And now on film, let's watch me in my role as Minister Clown during the service of communion. In truth, I'm just an old-fashioned minister using ancient and forgotten symbols. Signed, Reverend Floyd Schaefer. I'm Joe Garagiola. That's Floyd Schaefer. He does. I just want to make sure he gets them right. Okay, we're going to probe this whole question and answer, but first, let's see if the door-to-door salesman can put his foot right in your antenna with these messages.
As a receptionist, I try to help our patients feel comfortable, like Kate. The first time she came here, she had a cavity. To protect against this, our dentist recommends Crest. Crest can actually help reverse the early stage of tooth decay, like this weak spot, because the fluoride in Crest's patented formula penetrates the weak spot and can actually help stop a cavity from forming. And more dentists have their very own kids blessed with Crest than all others combined.
Hey, Mom, no cavities.
The dentist's choice is Crest Protection.
He's one of baseball's latest heroes both on and off the field. Setting the Ironman record of most consecutive games played, Cal Ripken Jr. has shown why he's destined for baseball's Hall of Fame. Now you can share a piece of this legend with the Ironman Collector Watch. This elegantly styled stainless steel watch is a unique limited edition collectible. This fashionable watch has an attractive micron-plated brass plate for the hour dial, with the date Cal Ripken Jr. broke Lou Gehrig's record and the watch's collector number on the back. It all comes inside this unique leather-like baseball case and includes a matching certificate of authenticity. This valuable collectible will be sold during this TV introductory offer for only $69.95 on a first-come, first-served basis.
To order your Cal Ripken watch for 3 payments at $24.63, call 1-800-232-9055 or send check or money order for $69.95 plus $3.95 shipping to Cal Ripken Watch, P.O. Box 78, Grand Central Station, New York, New York, or call 1-800-232-9055.
You've probably noticed all of these commercials about yeast infection treatments. They talk about how effective they are. Even so, if you read the labels, you'll notice there's only one 3-day treatment that comes in the comfortable cream form most women prefer. Femstat 3. It's the only cream out there that treats in 3 days. 3 days? There is no better cure without a prescription. And what could be better than that?
Femstat 3, the cure that fits your life.
It's the Gain Ultra 2 Show and Smell Challenge in New Orleans. Hi, I'm the Gain Man. What's your name?
Nancy Weber.
Now, you're not using Gain right now, are you?
No, I'm not.
Well, I'd like to give you this box of Gain Ultra 2. Not only does it get your clothes clean, but it leaves them smelling fresh.
Okay.
Why don't you try it, and maybe we can come back later and see what you think about it.
Is this a joke?
No, it's just me and my friends here with the cameras.
Oh, okay.
All right. Back here with Nancy, and she's got some laundry she's washed in Gain Ultra 2. Now, you weren't a Gain user, right?
No, I wasn't.
Now, let's have a look at this. What do we have here?
The T-shirt.
Tell us a little bit about Gain.
The smell is fresh. As you can see, the whiteness is there.
Well, it sure looks clean. You think it's clean enough for me to smell how clean it is?
Be my guess.
Ready for the big challenge? Yeah. Oh, Nancy, that's fresh. Nancy switched. Shouldn't you switch?
Okay, panel, remember now that these 3 men seated across from you all claim to be the Reverend Floyd Schaefer, a Lutheran minister who often conducts his service in the costume and makeup of a clown. And let's begin with Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 3, why do you do this?
Well, because I feel that you get into people. It gets into people. It lets people see themselves. It takes them back to a childish.
But number 3, I thought that some of the people who were receiving communion, there were 3 other people in one shot, And they were dressed as clowns, too. Do you all come to church dressed up like clowns?
No, we don't. Just for that particular service.
Oh, okay. Now, number one, isn't the communion celebrates the sacrifice of the body and blood of Christ? Don't you think it's a little irreverent to come out like, you know, even a happy-looking clown? You're not even a sad-looking clown.
It's interesting that one of the words for Holy Communion is the word Eucharist, which means Thanksgiving, and it ought to be a very happy occasion.
Yes, but you could also be serene but solemn, no? I mean, I don't think I could laugh my way through that. Number two, where did...
Whoops, no, time is up there, Kitty. We go to Nipsey Russell.
Number three, how in a clown's costume does one get a group of people to seriously contemplate ethical creeds, which are supposed to be the substance of a religious ceremony?
Well, the reason I use the clown outfit is that people have a tendency to be lulled. I'm sure you felt yourself sometimes sitting in church. It's a waste, you know, you get very, It brings people out. It lets people revert back to a fantasy, a childlike thing.
All right, thank you. Number one, there is a quotation from the Bible that says, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. How do you interpret that in your work?
I think that in my work it means, for instance, in the soundtrack music, that the music is from the world that God said he loved, and it's okay to be joyful in the use of all kinds of noises.
Thank you. Number two, should ministers be paid for the service which they perform? I'll tell you my reason for asking. We are asked as church members to come because we are inspired by our love of whatever religion. Now, should not the divine calling of that minister be just compensation for his being there on Sunday, too? Should he get paid in addition?
Interesting enough, that is exactly what I do when I put on the sermon in the clown outfit. That is the extra little pull of the rug.
You don't take any money?
There is no...
Can't ask as a question.
I'd like to follow through on that, number two. Do you take no money for the service that you perform in your clown costume?
No, we do not have the plate.
There's no collection.
That's right.
I see. Number one, have you had any complaints from your superiors?
Not so much from my superiors, but I do get some rather negative reaction.
From whom?
From people mostly outside the church who have ideas about what they think the church should be like.
Number two, where was Martin Luther's manifesto nailed to the church door?
At the church in Wittenberg, Castle Church.
Thank you. Number three, who were the other three clowns with you when you were performing the service?
They're just members of the congregation that helped me with the communion service.
I see. And number one, why were you pouring...
Bill Cullen.
Number one, Martin Luther was a priest, correct?
That's right.
What order did he belong? To what order did he belong?
Franciscan.
Number two, do you get within your congregation, I guess you call it that, do you get any flack from them?
Quite a bit. We have three basic groups. The people that really reject it, the people that accept it and can get into it, and then we also have the people who just have no reaction at all.
Number three, has attendance gone up since you've put this new act in there?
Very much. Matter of fact, I've had to hold some special reserved dates at night, and I've got a waiting list.
You got a waiting list for people?
For services at night.
And number three, are you salaried by the congregation?
No.
Number two, are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, then back to number three. What else do you do? What do you do for a living, number three?
Well, I travel. This clown, the Faith and Fantasy, which is what I term my clown, is I travel around to quite a different denominations and put this on.
Where were you ordained them?
Well, time is up. Well, I feel like the guy in the joke. I'll do something religious and take up a collection or something, huh? Let's see. Will it be number one? Will it be number two? Listen to the people out there. Will it be number three? Okay, now we pay $50 for each incorrect vote, and if the panel is fooled completely, well, our team of challengers, they get $500. Let's see how they voted. Peggy, we'll start with you.
I didn't vote for number one because Martin Luther was not a Franciscan. He was, I believe, an Augustinian. And I didn't vote for number three because he doesn't even look like any Lutheran at all to me. He looks like a New York kid. So I voted for two.
Number two, all right. Nipsey, how about you?
I voted for number two because in the language and the diplomacy of the cloth, he evaded my issue about money.
All right, Kitty, how about you?
Well, number one looks scholarly. Number three, I think, with Peggy, he looks like a New York kid. And number 2 looks like he's introspective and at the same time has a clown-like face.
So far, it's been, clown-like
We may
face.
be strung out because number
Let's see.
one...
It's been unanimous so far. Bill, how about you?
I abstain.
As a fellow clown. Huh?
No, that number 3 doesn't look like a New York kid to me. In our church, there were 2 things we didn't have. One was a New York kid, and the other was a Lutheran minister. So I voted for number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Maybe the sad face
All
clown.
right, now. See, the votes are all in. I'll tell you what we're going to do, panel. Rather than ask the real Floyd Schaefer to stand up, we're going to roll... No, it's all right. We're going to roll a little film, and as it unfolds, you'll see the real Reverend Schaefer.
Number 2. No, number 1.
Okay. So, $500 because they completely fooled them. Let's find out who the imposters are. Number 2, what is your name? What do you do?
My name is William Risk, and I'm product sales manager for iTech Graphic Products in Rochester, New York.
Number 3, what is your name and what do you do?
Well, I'm a Pennsylvania farmer, and I work now for Comcast Corporation in Montvale, New Jersey. I'm more of a hunter.
Okay.
Well, you know, we should have known.
I tell you what, though, you better take that collar off. The way you look, you'll be hearing confessions in the hallway, boy.
He's not kidding. It's tight.
Reverend Schaefer, was Luther a Franciscan?
He was Augustinian, but I wasn't too good in history in seminary either, and it slipped out.
Well, that cost me my vote.
There you are. Well, we finally got it. But we do thank you, Reverend Schaefer, and the 2 great imposters for playing To Tell the Truth. Thank you very much. Okay. I got a question for you. How do beer cans help in the energy crisis? Well, if you don't know him, our next guest does, and I'll tell you what, we'll meet him in 122 seconds.
Is Kitty Cat's fur sticking everywhere? Is your carpet covered with lint and hair? Don't get stuck. Stick It. Introducing Stick It, the incredible new rolling cleaner that attracts dirt like a super magnet. Don't lug out that heavy vacuum. Watch. Just roll Stick It over this filthy carpet. It cleans up lint, fur, dust, and hair. Run it under the faucet and look, it rinses away in seconds like it was never, ever there. Made of space-age adhesive, it's sticky to the touch when dry, super slick when wet. Use it over and over again, up to 1,000 times. Amazing! Its easy grip extension handle stretches to reach dust on drapes, cobwebs from ceiling corners. Hate to clean those hard-to-reach places? Just stick it, then rinse clean in water and wash the mess away. Beach sand is hard to clean. Stick It attracts the tiny particles and rinses away in seconds. Now, you can get your Stick It with extension handle for the amazing low price of only $19.95. But wait, we'll also include Stick It upholstery cleaner. It's perfect for car seats and carpeting. It cleans an entire velveteen couch in seconds. Then just rinse off the mess. Great for countertop spills. Picks up party mess. And watch this. Glitter is gone in a flash. It sticks like glue. Order in the next 10 minutes and we'll include Stick It clothing cleaner absolutely free. Perfect for pocket or purse. White rabbit on your black coat. Roll on Stick It to clean up in seconds. Fido just wants to say goodbye. Don't cry. Use Stick It to brush hair away in a flash. Now, you get the Stick It floor roller with extension handle, the Stick It handheld roller, and your free Stick It clothing roller. All for just $19.95. Don't get stuck. Stick It. Stick It. Stick It.
To order Stick It, use your credit card and call 1-800-685-1166 or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling to Stick It, P.O. Box 2978, Framingham, Massachusetts, or call 1-800-685-1166.
I tell you, I've heard a lot of arguments in my baseball career, but nobody can cry better than you, Peggy. Boy, she's really mad at the Reverend Schaefer. Cost me my vote. She was really moaning. Oh, was she moaning?
Fair's fair.
Okay. Right now, though, let's meet an innovative builder.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Larry Brown.
Number 2.
My name is Larry Brown.
Number 3.
My name is Larry Brown.
All right, let's listen to Larry Brown's solar story. I, Larry Brown, designed and built an extraordinary solar house. What makes it so uncommon is the fact that the collectors of solar heat are honeycombed panels fashioned out of 4,000 beer cans. Take a look at them. The beer cans, which have been cut in half, are covered with fiberglass sheeting to trap the solar energy. Now, let's take a look at two other pictures of my multi-mansion. As you can see, the garage is side by side with the house. Thus, its roof is used as a reflecting shield. And here, as viewed from afar, is a good look at my finished product. There is no question in my mind that the permanent energy crisis now prevalent throughout the world can be mitigated in part by the construction of solar houses, with or without beer cans. Signed, Larry Brown. And we begin our questioning with Bill Cullen.
Number two, there are various kinds of solar heat that is generated. Under what category does yours fall?
This is air.
This is air heat. Now number two, I'll stay with you. The cans are empty. There's no liquid in there. Is that
That's right?
No water or anything.
Right.
The heat from the cans are inducted to the house?
Right. The cans are cut in half.
Uh-huh.
And painted with a black flat paint.
And number three, how's that heat then inducted into the house itself?
Well, it's drawn down by a fan into the basement.
And there is no water in your system whatever?
No.
Number one, how is the heat inducted in the house in your system?
The same way, although there are rocks in the basement of my house which collect and absorb the heat, and it is then dispersed throughout the house through ducts.
Is there, number two, any way in your system of using the solar reflector you have for heating water?
In this system, no.
Number two...
Time's up. We go to Peggy.
The number two, how do you heat the water?
Hot water heater, electricity.
Oh, I see. Now, number one, where is your solar house?
Aspen, Colorado.
Thank you. And number three, how much did it cost you?
About $3,000.
Thank you. And number two, that's cheap. Number two, does it have any sort of lingering nice smell of beer? The friendly smell of stale beer?
None.
None. You washed them out, those cans out pretty good,
Yeah.
right? Now, did you cut the cans this way or this way?
Half this way.
Half?
Make cups, 2 cups out of
Oh,
one
I
can.
see, okay. Number one, does a motorist ever get a great big dazzle in the eye from your beer can roof?
No, because we're higher than they would be.
What about a skier?
I've not had that problem, no.
Well, I'm delighted to do that. Now, number three...
Buzzer, and we go to Nipsey Russell.
Number two, I see photographs many times of people on a mountaintop in the snow with a metal reflector getting a tan. What process is taking place there? They get a tan in 0 weather if the sun is out.
The rays give it to you.
Just the rays themselves. Right. All right, number two mentioned something about a paint color on one of the cans. Does the color have anything to do with the conduction or the repulsion of heat?
Yes, black is one of the best absorbing colors.
I see. Number one, when I was a kid, we used to take magnifying glasses and burn holes in wood and paper and things of that sort. Why can't just a large magnifier be constructed to concentrate those rays and just heat any substance, any area, any time?
You could do that.
Is there...
Buzzer, who's the kitty?
Hey, well, number one, is that practical?
It's not as practical as the process that I've developed.
Number three, we all hear about solar heat, making heat, and I guess this heats your house pretty well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what happens in the summertime? How do you turn it off? Do you put a tarpaulin up there or what?
Yes, the collectors are vented, and simply the collectors are vented. There is a hole in the top of the collector, and the heat simply rises out into the atmosphere.
Oh, so it goes a different way in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the summertime.
Right.
Number two, what else does it heat in your house besides the house?
The garage.
But nothing else?
No.
It doesn't do anything that electricity would normally do?
No, just supplement.
Number one, how much does it cut down on your bills?
Well, about 50% right now, but the winter's still going on, so we can't tell.
And number two, how do you regulate the heat? Supposing it gets too hot in the middle of the night, what do you do?
It's thermostat controlled.
Oh, well, how does that work?
Well, that signifies that our game is over and they have to mark their ballot. I tell you, Pretty tough one, this one. Who'd you pick? Is it number 1? Is it number 2? Or is it number 3? We'll pay $50 to the group for each wrong vote, $500 if they completely stump our panel. Let's see. Bill Cullen, you started us off. Who do you vote for?
Yeah, well, number 2 came up with a lot of information that, as far as I can determine, was correct. And number 2 looks like a fella. He has that pioneer look. He says, if I'm going to solar heat, I'll get me some beer cans, and first I'll empty them, and then I'll cut them in half.
Okay, Peggy.
Well, I voted for number 3 because he said those cans are vented. That sounded very professional to me. I don't know what it means.
3 got a vote. Nipsey.
Well, I really didn't understand a great deal of what any of them were saying about their system, because it seems to me they would be able to heat it all day and none at night. But I voted for number 2.
Number 2. Kitty, how about your vote?
I voted for number 1. He looks like a young engineer to me and somebody who lives in Aspen, Colorado.
Well, I'd say that's pretty well scattering the votes. Let's see now. Will the real Larry Brown please stand up? All right, so it was number 3. Let's find out who the imposters are. Number 1, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Stuart Kirkpatrick, and I'm an assistant to the supervisor of officials at the National Football League.
How about that? Number 2, you got 2 votes. What is your name and what do you do?
My name is Robert Lewis, and I'm the owner of Frankenstein's Discotheque at 45 Green Street in Soho here in New York.
Number 3, why did you pick beer cans as opposed to any other kind of can?
Well, the aluminum is a good heat transfer metal. But first of all, I want to say that the solar house is actually in Ithaca, Michigan.
Yeah. Oh.
It's not in Colorado. It's in Ithaca, Michigan. And so that's where it's constructed, in one of the cloudiest states in the nation.
Now, Peggy asked a question. I thought she might follow up on it. Were those cans, had they been used, or were they new cans or what?
Yes, I got them at
Guess what, they've been used?
Right, at a recycling center. I picked them up in bags at the recycling center in a nearby town.
You didn't drink them empty?
No.
Well, we thank you, Larry Brown, for your story, and we thank our 2 imposters for playing our game to tell the truth. Thank you very much, guys.
Start counting. You're just 14 days away from healthier, shinier hair. That's the promise of Pantene Pro V. You've brushed and blown away the shine. Now, in just 14 days, you can start to bring it back. Healthy, shiny, strong hair.
Pantene's the first ever root-penetrating pro vitamin formula. Root to tip, it improves the entire length of your hair, actually keeping it strong.
In just 14 days. You'll see. The more you use it, the better it gets.
Pantene Pro V, for hair so healthy it shines.
Count on it. You know, we get 120,000 phone calls a month.
More and more, homeowners want one loan that does it all.
A lot of them are homeowners with less than perfect credit trying to refinance their homes.
They want to refinance their first mortgage and pay off their high-rate credit cards and auto loans. That's why the Money Store introduced the Combo Loan. With just one loan, you can refinance your mortgage, pay off your high-rate bills, and usually get some extra cash. The Combo Loan at the Money Store. Call 1-800-LOAN-YES.
Just you and I.
Just you and I. Hi. If you enjoy listening to light country music, then you're going to love this new collection called Southern Comfort. Just listen.
But I believe in love. Help me make it through tonight. Maybe I didn't love you.
Southern Comfort is filled with 36 mellow country hits performed by the country stars who made them great. Here's more. I love you. I honestly love you.
And when we get behind closed doors.
2 cassette tapes are only $19.95. 2 compact discs, just $24.95. Here's how to order your copy now.
To order Southern Comfort by phone, call 1-800-949-1771. That's 1-800-949-1771.
Hey, if you're like me, you start to think about different people on that beer can and solar energy, because I think a lot of guys are getting bad raps. Like
Yeah.
Ed McMahon. Everybody does jokes about Ed McMahon drinking. All he was trying to do was save a little heat. That's all he was trying to do. I think that's great.
He's a mean man, though.
You guys want to go with me? I'm going to go buy some solar energy savers. You want to go? A six-pack. We'll see you later.
In addition to the cash awards, our first team of challengers will receive Sarah Coventry, the exclusive fashion jewelry that you can buy from a friend. Sarah Coventry, the jewelry with know-how. Our second team will receive Turtle Wax, the world's largest selling liquid car wax. Cleans, polishes, protects in one easy operation. Turtle Wax with a hard shell finish. This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth. I'm Mark Goodson. Bill Todman production.
It's time to register to play our live interactive game shows. Call 800-537-GAME now. It's fast, it's fun, and it's free. You only need to register once to play forever on Game Show Network.
You're watching Game Show Network.